Today I got to work on this pup named Kobe. His owners drove all the way from LA to see me because he had been turned away from every other groomer. Apparently they couldn't even start him because he wouldn't even go in a cage. So we're going to try him out cage-free and organic today. They also said he's scared of the hairdryer and some loud noises at home. So what better way to start than with a loud nail grinder? This was definitely a process, especially with how big and strong he was. But he actually did a lot better than I expected. Then we're going to test out that dryer to see if it's even possible. So right here, I just put it on real low just to see how he would react. With his thick coat, I didn't want to end up washing him and then not being able to dry him at all with this. And even though he was really scared and fighting it quite a bit, I knew it would be doable after the bath, even if it wasn't on full blast. And after he had some more time to realize I wasn't trying to hurt him. So we're going to get him rinsed down really good. And because I couldn't do that full pre-blowout, his coat's definitely thicker. Then we started off with that blueberry facial and got that shampoo rolling in. Takes me about a bottle or so. Then we'll get that conditioner right on top. Now we'll start that brushing process for those 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more with him. You can see all the hair already starting to come out. And he's doing really well here. I did have to stay in front of him with a hand on him because he was always looking for a way to jump out. But he wasn't actively trying, thankfully. Now, even though I can go a lot longer than 10 minutes, I usually don't want to go more than like 15 at a time. More hair will keep coming off, but I don't want to cause any brush burn or irritation. Get him rinsed down akimbo style. Now we'll get a towel dry going. Now I'm going to use that happy hoodie to start. And we're going to put the power dryer on a medium blast here. The key here is to know how far to push without pushing too far. Trying to hold him there just to show him that it's not trying to hurt him. But if he were to continue to just stress out too much, I'd have to stop. He made it through though and did really well. Once dry, I'm going to brush through him with this thick slicker brush. Get a lot of that top layer off. Now we're going to switch over to the Refresh D-Shed brush, using the long-haired one right here. Continue this process for about 10-15 minutes with this guy. You can see all the thick clumps coming out. He's finally starting to relax and trust me quite a bit more. Now his owners wanted a little bit trimmed on the paws and butt area if possible. He definitely made it a challenge, but we got some decent work done. Trimmed up the paws, paw pad, butt, and a little bit on the belly area. Now we'll check out his nice, clean, healthy coat. No crazy hair coming out. And he's all ready to go home. And before everyone tells me he wears the bandana, sometimes it just comes after. Today I got to work on this Australian Shepherd named Jax. Take a look at his coat beforehand, and not too bad, but definitely impacted quite a bit. Get that avocado mist sprayed in. I'm going to use this really hard pin slicker brush. Normally I'd go straight for that pre-blowout, but his hair is so long I don't want to get it more tangled and messed up. So we're going to get a lot of this out with the brush first. You can see how much success I'm having just after a few minutes of brushing. I stop once I get all those tangles out and get those impacts cleared. Then he has a mat behind his ear, so I use this dematador. Get that cleared out. Then we'll clear out that dried caca. Now we'll go on to that pre-blowout. You'll see his undercoat start to really come up. This is what the brushing's not going to be able to do, or at least not nearly as quick. A little more avocado mist, finish up that pre-blowout. Now we'll go for that rinse down. And we started off with that blueberry facial, got that shampoo rolling in, get that conditioner right on top for the D-Shed. Now that flexible slicker for 10 minutes. Working my way from head to paw. You can see all the clumps of hair already starting to come out. I'll start to pile them right up there above the tub. I have had quite a bit of people ask if brushing the coat wet damages it. I've never seen any evidence to suggest that. Finish up to 10 minutes, and then we'll go in for that rinse down. Quick towel dry. Now onto the power dryer. This is normally the longest step, but he did really well for it. Bit scared around his face, but that's really normal. Now we got him on the table all dry, get some avocado mist on him. That same hard slicker just to start to get a lot of that hair out. And then the owners wanted a slight paw trim, which was really tough. I couldn't do too much detail, just because of how jumpy he could be. Now we'll get that Refresh D-Shed brush, using the long-haired one here. We'll do this for a full 10 minutes. Today I got to work on this giant guy. The owners saw some of my videos working with difficult dogs, and he had been kicked out from his last groomer, and because of his size, they weren't able to do it. So we're going to do that pre-blowout before the bath. Always wear a mask. Psych! First I get him sprayed with that avocado mist. That'll loosen up the coat even more. This is going to save me a lot of time in the tub and the drying after. Now, according to the owners, the most difficult part, but it didn't turn out to be too bad. Turns out you just had to carry him with your back, and it worked out really well. I had to noodle him up right away just because he didn't want to stand. But we started with that blueberry muzzle facial. Then we got that shampoo rolling in, conditioner right on top, and so far, so good. 10 minutes, everyone knows the rules. So now we get him brushed for about 12 minutes, going from head to paw, using one of my flexible slickers. You can see how much hair is getting off there. And he's a big boy. He didn't like to move off that tub, so I had to get up in there. No problem, though, because he's being real calm, which I was very surprised and thankful for. I'll keep this process up for those full 10 minutes, focusing on the parts that are losing more hair, but still getting everywhere as I go. Then we'll get that quick rinse down. Nice little towel dry. Then we start that power dryer on him, and he's actually doing really, really well for it. Definitely some areas he doesn't love, which are the paws and around the ears, which is really common. Then we try to turn him in there for the other side. That didn't work, so we had to move him off to the ground. And even though he's done real well, I'm still being very cautious, especially now that he has more freedom to move around. He's not really letting me get his paws at this point. We'll switch over to the brushing, see which one works better. Go with the short, medium hair one. Now, same thing here, about another 10 minutes. You can see how he's starting to warm up to me quite a bit. So I start to play with him quite a bit, get him nice and comfortable. And it's normally the big dogs I get to screw with like this, which is always really fun. He gets so comfortable, he decides to take his muzzle off, I guess. Now we're going to keep that brushing process up. Finish it up right through here. You can see all that on the ground. Try to finish his paws. That didn't work with the power dryer. All finished. Check his nice, clean, healthy, fluffy coat. And he's all ready to go home. Today I got to work on this Husky lab mix, who was extremely difficult for me. Just getting him in the tub was really tough. Try to relax him here before the water. You can see that didn't work too well. Then he bites me pretty good right here. So I have to noodle him up, which helped give me more control, but still not too much. He seems to calm a little bit, so we started with that blueberry facial. Got that shampoo rolling in. Now at random times he would start barking and kind of lashing out at anything in front of his face. So no brushing in the tub today. I knew I had to get that shampoo out ASAP, because with the way he was stressing, I knew I may have to send him home early. So now a quick towel dry, and we're going to start that power dryer on him, which he was scared but seemed okay at first. But same thing with the bath, he would just randomly start lashing out and getting freaked out. He never tried to bite me in particular, pretty much just what was ever in front of him. So I'm just very careful throughout the groom. Now I start brushing him before he's completely dry, and that's because he didn't let me brush him in the tub, so I'm just trying to get some chunks out. And then after, I'll continue the drying process. Then I'll get this conditioning spray, put it right on a slicker. That's going to help it get deep in that coat and spread it all around nicely. Then we'll switch back to the de-shed brush. You can see we're making some good progress here. And he seems to be warming up to me quite a bit. Now after the brushing, I'm going to try the nails. The owners told me they've never been able to do the nails, and they've even had vets turn them away. Now he started out pretty scared, got a little bit nippy, but I was just patient with it and we got through it. So I was really excited to be able to get those done for him. Now he has a few little wet spots left on the spots that he doesn't like around his ears and his butt area. So I get those finished up, get him with a nice bandana. Then we'll check out his nice, clean, healthy coat. Super thick and fluffy. And he's all ready to go home. Today I got to work on this little puppy named Deila. This is her first visit to a groomer. Got a little Pinky trying to help me out, and we're going to get her rinsed down really good. Started off with that blueberry facial, got that shampoo rolling in. She's doing really, really well. And we got Pinky checking in on things. Now with her, I'm going to use the soft rubber curry brush. This gets a much better clean than just my hands would. Do this once over from head to paw. Not too much coming out, so we just do it one more time. Now the rinse down where she gets a little crazy, so I just cast her. Now a quick towel dry. Now onto the power dryer where she was a bit freaked out, which is really common, but overall she did very well for it. Once dry, we'll get that avocado mist with another soft rubber curry brush. Now she's really feeling good, so it makes it pretty difficult for me with the one hand, but really entertaining at the same time. She's just a sweet little pup. And I punch her up a bit so she makes me regret it. Now we'll get that bandana on her, check out her nice, clean, well, if she sits still, we'd be able to check out her nice, clean, healthy coat. Here we go. No crazy hair coming out, nice and shiny. Got her looking so black, you know she's not gonna crack. And she's all ready to go home.